first I'm going to jump into talking a little bit more of a higher level about blood donation and the problem we're trying to solve, and then I'm going to tell you more about our solution. Blood really comes down to the supply and demand sort of scenario here, where ultimately when supply and demand don't meet, we have a shortage situation. And unfortunately, in a shortage situation for blood, it can be very deadly. So the main thing I want to tell you guys about is that the supply of blood has been dropping for many years. Here's a chart of some recent years here. And people just aren't donating blood is what it comes down to. So one of the main demographics of people not donating blood is the 25 to 39. This actually even skews lower than that, all the way down to about 17, the limit at which people are allowed to donate blood at. This has decreased over 40% in about a 10-year period. So significant. People just are not donating blood. So on the demand side, the issue is that demand is going through the roof. We've seen over 140% increase in demand in about the same time period in blood transfusions and all sorts of other things. The main interesting thing about demand is that it's really driven by an older crowd, meaning that people that are over the age of 65 use up 50% of the blood, and they're only 13% of the population. And so projections have shown that this age group is going to grow by over 2.8% per year to 2030. So this demand is not going to go away. It's just going to get stronger and stronger for blood. So you guys are probably thinking, well, this might not be happening around the US, or this is probably a third world kind of problem. I want to show you some examples around the world to show you that this isn't a third world problem. Really what we have here is the perfect storm coming together. We have a drop in supply and a big increase in demand. So for example, in the UK, we've got this exact scenario playing out where the demand is increasing, the supply is dropping all at the same time. This was from a study in March 2007. What about more stable European countries, or ones with bigger economies? Germany, for example. Same problem. They have looked at, their studies are showing by 2020, they're going to have a huge increase in the amount of older people and a decrease in the amount of people that can even donate blood in the first place. That's people under the age of 65. What about the US? What's going on over here? Well, that stat I showed you earlier was from the US. That 40% decrease is happening right now. This was a study, National Institute of Health, from February 2008. What about Canada? They've got to figure it out, right? They've got this great medical system over there or something. Well, this is actually a real trying year for Canada, as blood supply is predicted to outpace, or demand is supposed to outpace supply as early as 2013. So this is real. This is really happening. So what happens when there is a blood shortage? What does that really mean? When these two things don't meet each other? Well, what I like to call DEFCON 1 is a scenario that happens all the time in the US. Basically, elective surgeries are postponed. On average, 30, 45 days. Sorry, Grandma, you're not getting your hip replacement for a little while. Just gotta wait around. Not a huge deal, maybe not. DEFCON 2 is the next level, and we're seeing this right now. This is where there is a black market created for blood. And ultimately, this is very dangerous because there's limited testing, really, if any, testing on the blood. It's very expensive, and this is happening right now in China. DEFCON 3 is something that is very scary. I call it the who becomes a decider kind of scenario, where ultimately, who gets the blood? And the problem with this scenario is that over 50% of the blood is used for non-elective surgeries. So these are people that'll die without the blood. So how do we solve this problem? we are committed to eliminating the blood shortages by creating a sustainable blood supply solution. We're attacking the supply. We're going after it from that angle because the demand is runaway. It's just going to keep going. Modern medicine has really made blood something that's used in treating so many diseases, so many medical procedures, and really the supply is what we need to look at, how we can prop that up. So let me tell you about the system we've created. We've created a platform that we can white label our technology out to other blood donation centers, folks like the Red Cross, regional blood plays like Galvanize. It's not that we're competing against or trying to be the next Red Cross. We're adding value to them to get new, younger donors involved in their existing programs. Also, we have a really great lead generation program. Like I said, we're getting younger donors who aren't exposed to a lot of the Galvanize and the Red Crosses of the world. And ultimately, our goal is to make blood donation fun and cool and interesting and get this younger crowd involved. Lastly, we are organized as a 501c3 Colorado corporation, so we can take donations as well. Let me show you our system here. When you log in with us, you can tell we have a really fun look to our site. This is on purpose. We're going after that younger generation. And once you register with us, this is called our dashboard. And I'm going to walk through a couple of features of what our dashboard does for you. The first is the section about your account information. And really what we focus on here is blood type education. And where this comes into play is that once you know your blood type, you don't have to know your blood type to sign up with us. You can sign up as unknown blood type as well. But we got some really cool information about the compatibility of your blood, how that works, who you're compatible with, who's compatible with you, the rarity of the blood in your neighborhood. Also, we've got a lot of fun stuff too around the diet that you have. Maybe some foods you want to try, stay away from. Personality types that have been linked to blood types, and also fun celebrities that share your same blood type. The next part we have is around connecting people. We've created a network of people where you can connect with your local neighbors in case you ever need blood. So this is an example of how you can request blood from all these people that are in our system like that, based on the location that they're at. Finally, we have a lot of utility in our system where we're maintaining the most complete and accurate listing of blood donation centers across the US and Canada currently. We hope to expand worldwide eventually. Where you can find out where these local centers are, get driving directions, see maps of them, and interact with them to give blood. But the real impact that we're making is that we're after this idea of preventing deaths, saving lives, rescuing people. And we have a counter on our site, on the very top of our site, to showcase this. And we think this is a very quantifiable way to show the impact that we're actually making. So, who are we? Well, the team consists of many disciplines across business needs we have. Linda, for example, is part of our legal expert. We also have a doctor on the board, business development, and a financial expert, and myself, who's been tasked with the technology and marketing side of these projects. What's our current status? Well, ultimately, we launched the public in January. We're gaining a lot of traction. We've gotten money from Google. Google's supporting us right now, giving us $10,000 a month in advertising because they love what we're doing. And we're always optimizing. We're very passionate about this. We think we have what it takes to really solve this supply problem by marketing it to a younger generation that hasn't been exposed to this stuff and making it fun through education, through technology, and through gamification aspects to really add value and get people excited about donating blood to see how many people they're actually helping. And that's it. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Right now, we're currently looking for financial support, and we're always looking for talent too. You can find us online at Blood Donation on Twitter. We also have a presence on Facebook. And if you have any questions, please email me anytime, phil@bloodbanker.org. And we also have some stickers over there on the table. If you guys want to grab some, go ahead. We usually leave some up at the front desk here. If you remember here, you might have seen them already. And open the floor to questions.